Fight of the Year candidate enters the ring with a stellar professional record of 33 victories against 1 lone defeat, 1 bout even, 13 KOs, and 1 no contest. Forged in the heat of the dirty desert, Palm Springs, California, the 5-time world champion, the Desert Storm, Timothy Bradley. Across the ring in the red corner, he enters wearing Pinoy red, white, blue, and gold. On the scale, he weighed in at an official 145.5 pounds. He rose from extreme poverty to become a global icon. And he set a record 10 world titles in 8 different divisions. If this happens to be his final bout as a professional, he leaves us with a record of 57 victories, with only 6 losses, 2 bouts even, 38 of those victories coming by way of KO. The humble warrior from Sarangani Province, the Philippines, Manny Pacquiao.
Counts is as prepared and focused as he can possibly be. He has more left.
So is it round 1 of fight number 3, or is it round 25 between Pacquiao and Bradley? The action of the next 3 minutes should begin to give us a glimpse into where they are tonight.
You see Bradley come out right away, circling to Pacquiao's left, using the jab, not trying to hit Pacquiao's face right away, but hitting the hands. Very smart tactic to start out with.
Why?
Well, because if you go at his head, you allow him to be able to counter and hit you in the face. So you never go out there and reach at his head right away because you'll get caught by a vicious counter punch.
Bradley feels in his preparation for this fight, he has a tool in the toolbox for any occasion. Anything Pacquiao does, he's prepared for. His muscle memory is ready.
Remember, it was the right shoulder where the rotator cuff was torn. He says that the injury was exacerbated during the 4th round against Floyd Mayweather. He had the surgery very shortly after that fight, took most of the summer off, then played basketball all through the fall, began swimming in the ocean. Freddie Roach said that Manny Pacquiao swam in the ocean every day during training camp in the Philippines, something he has never done before.
Much more relaxed Tim Bradley so far, it seems, in this first round.
Yeah, that's because he has a game plan on, Max. Before, he just came out to box and win. Now he's out with a strategy. And to stick to that strategy, he has to be very disciplined and very calm, or else he'll give away his game plan.
So you're saying it's the relaxation of a man who is set and very clear on what he wants to do in the fight, as opposed to scratching and sniffing and trying to figure out what to do.
That's exactly what it is. And the same with Manny. Manny is always calm because he knows what he's coming to do. He's a professional. He doesn't have a lot of things that he has to worry about because he knows what his plan is. Right away we see Tim Bradley attacking to the left so that he's on the outside of Manny's overhand left when he finishes his assault.
Left hand lands down the middle for Pacquiao.
No, Pacquiao hasn't scored a lot of knockouts in recent years. He can bang with both hands from angles that he shouldn't be able to generate power from.
Yeah, he's one of those super athletic guys, a guy who's blessed with a lot of athleticism, and you know, you can't ask for a better guy at throwing punches from all angles than a Manny Pacquiao.
Well, this might be what we call a feeling out round in round number 1. Neither fighter landing anything really significant. Pacquiao was a little more active.
In the old days, that would have been called an even round, because I really didn't see anyone land anything real. but judges are loath to score even rounds nowadays, and so you start to look for tiebreakers. It seems to me that Bradley was the guy employing his game plan, and it was in fact Pacquiao who was scratching and sniffing, as you described earlier.
Well, I thought it was a good round for both fighters because that's how a really good first round is supposed to go between two real well-schooled fighters. Neither guy's supposed to give up any big shots. Neither guy's supposed to get caught with any big shots. Right away, Tim Bradley has landed a good left hook high on the head of Pacquiao in the second round. So,
and to button the discussion of round one for what it's worth, our unofficial ringside scorer, Harold Letterman, scored the round for Pacquiao.
Harris, I got you.
They touch gloves. Pacquiao trying to drill that left hand down the middle. And again.
Pacquiao is so quick.
So quick with his attack. But you see, Tim Bradley doing a good job of countering and keeping that distance. He didn't just go crazy and get all low and be out of position when after Pacquiao threw that left hand like we've seen him do in the past two fights.
Talk about how quick Pacquiao looks on the attack. My thought is he's happy not to be in the ring with Floyd Mayweather. Body shot by Bradley, reaching with the right hand. Now Pacquiao tries to come back to the body with his right hand. Can't get it there. Bradley with a little right hand of his own.
And see how Bradley used his legs right there to get him out of trouble, out of harm's way. That's the new kind of stuff that Teddy Atlas brings to the table. Use your feet for defense, not so much your hands and your torso.
Pacquiao again trying to go to the body with the left. Bradley is occupying Pacquiao with his jab. Hasn't really landed one cleanly, but is making Pacquiao think.
And when a guy as powerful as Pacquiao is, that's what you have to do.
You know, recent fights, obviously Floyd Mayweather now here against Bradley. The idea seems to be stop Pacquiao's offense. You know, neutralize his offense and then you peck and poke and try to win rounds. In the old days, and maybe it has to do with the quality of the opponent, you couldn't neutralize Pacquiao's offense. His attack was relentless and maybe a little less so now.
Crowd ooh and ah as Pacquiao landed another left hand. Pacquiao again, the aggressor there in that exchange. Very quick with the right and the left. Manny Pacquiao. Bradley landing 6 out of 11. Pacquiao 5 out of 13. We felt it was a pretty good round for Manny Pacquiao. Harold Letterman once again scored the round for Pacquiao. So at least on Harold's unofficial card, Manny Pacquiao is off to a 2-round edge. And there he is once again. Pacquiao blocking Bradley's jab with his gloves, which he's been doing throughout the first 2.5 rounds.
Well, see, the thing about Pacquiao is a lot of the things that Tim has learned, Pacquiao already was doing them. So you see when Tim comes at Pacquiao uses his legs too to get him out of harm's way. He just landed a beautiful straight left hand.
Bradley's quick and athletic, but Pacquiao is a phenomenon. He's a different level of quick and athletic.
He's a different level of assertive tonight than he was in his last appearance here against Floyd Mayweather.
Well, Floyd said Pacquiao is a very difficult fight. I don't think it was easy because he made it look easy. Pacquiao's really good and would beat most anyone else.
And there was a return left hook from Tim Bradley that landed after Pacquiao threw a right hand down the pipe.
And you see Tim throwing the proper punches tonight. Just now,
hard right hand by Bradley.
Yes, he thought Pacquiao was coming. He stopped to do a mean check hook just in case Pacquiao came. Pacquiao was smart enough not to go though.
Bradley getting just a little bit more aggressive as round 3 progresses. Blocking Pacquiao's right, flicking that left out there, not landing it, making Pacquiao think about his jab. Just a little left hand inside by Pacquiao. Bradley landed one in return.
He landed a good right to the body right there.
Yep, so far a sharper Bradley, but still unclear whether that's enough against Pacquiao.
They trade jabs.
hook by Pacquiao.
Quick checker.
Yes, it was.
Bradley attempting a right hand lead. Love has to travel a long distance to land.
Here's where Tim Bradley has to keep his focus and not get over anxious to try to land something, because sometimes there will be times in the fight that you won't be able to put a glove on Pacquiao. That's just how good Pacquiao is. But this is where we see that focus that Teddy has taught him. Can he keep that focus and maintain it through these hard times?
There were moments in both the first and second fights when we were watching a fight. So far, this is a tactical boxing match. To the end of round number 3.
To check if his arm was still attached.
There are 4 scars forming a sort of a square on the top of Pacquiao's right shoulder from where arthroscopic incisions were made in the surgery to repair his rotator cuff. And our interpreter, Ernie Kalua, in Pacquiao's corner tells us that there was no discussion of Pacquiao's right shoulder between rounds. Harold, how do you have it through 3?
Look at you. I got it 2 rounds to 1, 29-28, Manny Pacquiao. And I'll tell you why. You know, Jim, this fight, I scored a round for the guy that's coming forward, that's controlling the fight. Manny Pacquiao's been backing him up from the opening bell. And you know, he just backs him up and he lands good shots and he's got leverage. On the other hand, Timothy Bradley landed some nice shots in round 3. But Manny somehow or another stopped punching. But look at the way Manny, walks him down, backs him up, and gets in good shots. See, backs him up, gets in a good left hand. Again, backs him up, lands a good left hand. 2-1, Manny Pacquiao.
We're seeing a lot more left hands from Pacquiao without the hook now, though. So, I mean, we still want to see if that right hook comes or not, because if it doesn't, that could mean that there are problems.
Well, the right hook is the punch that Freddie Roach taught Pacquiao in the middle of his career. It was the punch that took him from being a very dangerous, good fighter to a truly great fighter. It was the punch that enabled him to ultimately knock out Eric Morales twice, after Morales had controlled him with a jab and beaten him in the first of their 3 fights because Pacquiao didn't have the right hand counter to go against that jab. Once he developed that punch, he went to another level. If he's lost it, he's back to being the left hand searching Manny Pacquiao. Still dangerous, but not the same complete fighter.
And I haven't seen him legitimately throw a right hook since he moved that arm back yet.
If Teddy and Tim Bradley see that, then it makes their job much easier. Just take away the straight left hand, and there's less to worry about. Of course, the best laid plans of mice and men. I mean, Pacquiao, you can have a plan, and he can just get the punch on before you can enact the plan.
And there was a small hook just a moment ago, but I don't know if it had any authority on it.
Well, I think it's coming back moment by moment, though. He's helping to set up the left hand, and Pacquiao is having a good round here against Tim Bradley. Pacquiao starts to pop his gloves together in front of himself. He's feeling good. He feels like he's ready to rumble. That's going on. It's like watching Oscar De La Hoya bounce on his feet. You always knew the rally was coming. Hard right hand by Bradley. Pacquiao wanted to get back at him and almost punched beyond the bell. Through round 4, Bradley is averaging 8 out of 25 punches per round. In the first 2 fights versus Pacquiao, he was 13 for 61 per round. So Bradley is slowing his pace here as compared to what's happened before. But by the way, so is Manny Pacquiao. He's landed a total of 34 punches by CompuBox count to this point.
And Bradley throwing more meaningful punches in this fight than he ever threw in the first 2 fights, Jeff. He's throwing punches now with bad intent, and those punches are to let Pacquiao know that I'm ready. If you come in here, I have a defense mechanism.
So you're saying that the difference between the 25 punches per round that Bradley might be throwing here and the 61 per round he was throwing then was a lot of wasted punches?
A lot of wasted punches and not quality punches like he's using tonight. Tonight he's using quality punches.
Well, that could be the imprint of Teddy Atlas, of course.
Of course it is. Good left hand by Pacquiao.
Great left hand down the pipe by Manny Pacquiao. Very fluid and accurate tonight.
Pacquiao's throwing that hook, but it's when Tim ducks down a little bit, and Manny doesn't really have to raise up that right shoulder. Bradley having a much better round here.
There he is. A good shot by Bradley. And that's what I mean by more quality. Those are knockout punches right there.
There's another hard left hand by Pacquiao. And they're beginning to trade here in round number 5 as the fight goes to a different level of action.
Manny wanted more activity from Bradley at a distance, and that's what he's getting so far this round. Pacquiao kind of gesturing with the shoulder again there, as though it's bothering him.
You know, and I hate to say it, but once a good left uppercut by Bradley.
After a left hand over the top by Pacquiao.
Once I fought a guy and I beat his shoulder. And that may not have been a bad strategy for Bradley to employ tonight.
There for Bradley, though he got the better of it that time. You get caught in an exchange with a puncher like Pacquiao, that's bad for you.
Pacquiao got the better of that exchange. Total punches landed in the round. CompuBox sees Pacquiao nearly doubling Bradley. And now they're trading fluidly. Pacquiao looks very comfortable firing away in these tight spots against Tim Bradley.
Good, tough round. To land a punch from that angle with your foot off the ground.
And that's Manny Pacquiao.
Not a normal fighter. He's like a superhuman fighter.
And Max, at the end of that round, I think we saw Tim lose focus a little bit because he badly telegraphed the move that he was trying to make, and that's what he's not supposed to do in this particular fight.
So Teddy Atlas's intensity is rising from round to round. And we've seen Tim Bradley respond positively to it in their one previous fight together.
Good hook by Bradley.
Pacquiao just seems to be happy to be in the ring with someone who will trade with him.
Yes, he is, Jimmy.
And let him fight.
He's very happy to be in with a guy that he can trade punches with. He's a real guy that loves to trade. There's that hook again. I just think this is the type of a fight that Pacquiao loves.
And let's go to Max Kellerman with Freddie Roach in Manny Pacquiao's corner.
Freddie, Manny seems to be gesturing with his right shoulder as he did against Floyd in the 4th round. Has he mentioned anything in the corner?
No, I don't think there's any problem with it right now. He's just having more success with his left hand right now, but no complaints whatsoever.
How's the fight going so far?
It started off a little bit slow, but now he's getting into the fight and he's starting to lay combinations and backing him up, and that's what I want to see, and that's what I like.
Is Bradley showing you anything you hadn't anticipated?
Bradley's always a very tough guy, but I know that going into it, nothing new, no.
Thanks, Freddie.
And there you saw Manny counter with 3 and 4 punch combinations in the counter. So those are the type of things that won him the first two fights in my opinion.
And in the opinion of virtually every ring expert alive, Pacquiao landed a little right hook inside there against Bradley. Max, while you were gone, I mentioned that Pacquiao looks very happy to be in the ring with someone who will trade with him. We agreed that it's a much more telegenic fight than the last one in which he appeared.
Well, Manny, at his very best, made fighters trade with him whether they wanted to or not. And it's that intensity, that little edge off the intensity that has seemed to diminish his effectiveness, although a diminished Pacquiao is still better than almost everyone else.
Bradley likes to trade. That's one of the reasons we see the kind of action we want to see. What must Bradley do, in your view, Max, to turn things more in his favor?
You hear it in the corner. He needs to maintain his intensity, not kind of
the one that I didn't quite understand. Knock on the front door, coming the side door.
Well, what that means is touch him in front like you're coming down the middle and come around with the hook of the overhand left to come around the side. So when you touch the front door, you make him put his hands in front to stop that, and you come around the side of the gloves, and hopefully he won't be expecting that because he thinks you're at the front door.
Harold, how do you have it halfway through?
You know, Jim, I got to tell you, I think Timothy Bradley is giving up too many rounds, period. I got it 5 rounds to 1, 59-55, Manny Pacquiao. You know, Jim, he backs him up constantly, and when he backs him up, he gets off good shots, and Bradley covers up. Look, he backed him up and wrapped him with a good left hand, and that's been the story of the fight. Manny Pacquiao taking it to him, backing him up. When Tim covers up, he hits him. Did it again. Pacquiao keeps coming forward. Bradley keeps backing up. You can't back up on Manny Pacquiao. You got to take it to him and punch him. And Bradley's not doing it. 5-1, Manny Pacquiao.
There have been a couple of right hooks in this round, which may have dispelled any notion on our part that the right hook can't be authoritative. He's landed it well the last couple of rounds. Bradley is still looking for a way to get in the side door.
Now, Teddy wants a spotless fight from Bradley. Take away the spots. Those moments when Pacquiao and the distances where Pacquiao has success. But a lot easier said than done. Pacquiao is so quick, as I've been mentioning, so unorthodox in his attack, and is able to generate real power in positions he shouldn't be able to.
I see a rebirth in Manny Pacquiao. He looks fast and fluid tonight, not tentative the way he looked against Floyd Mayweather.
No, he's very hungry tonight, and that's what you like to see in him.
So calm and happy in his meeting with us yesterday that you almost wondered whether Manny Pacquiao was truly ready to fight. These first 6 rounds seem to have brought an end to that notion too, as Pacquiao has come in and has been the aggressor much of the way.
And because Bradley's not a very big puncher, Pacquiao's able to erase 2 minutes of good work in certain rounds that Bradley's done. Because Pacquiao can put hard combinations together so quickly toward the end of a round, he can steal it, and that's happened a couple times so far in this fight.
30 seconds to go in this round, and this is a round in which Bradley is once again in danger of giving it up and losing the round to Pacquiao. He needs something serious to begin happening fast.
He needs a big shot somewhere in this fight to turn around to get the momentum back.
Bradley touches the canvas with his glove, and that's a knockdown. That's going to create a 2-point round for Manny Pacquiao. It looked almost as though Bradley slipped, but when the glove touched the canvas, Tony Reed stepped in and offered the count. And the crowd is wildly excited for Pacquiao as he wants to answer back. Gets in a left hand, but that had to be Bradley's round on the basis of the big moment when he hurt Pacquiao along the ropes.
You can't overstate the importance of that. Bradley showed that he can change the fight.
Hawakan kayo sabay-wag. So hindi tayo makakaigagad. Wag mo. Wag. Mahirap kasingitan doon. Tama lang sa gitna yung laban mo. Sa gitna ka lang. Okay?
Don't let him go to the ropes.
Side to side.
Just go side to side. Don't let him go to the ropes.
Alright, heads are coming in, okay?
Here's what happens when you do bad footwork. He didn't move his right foot back first like he should have, and Tim was able to catch up to him with that left hook. Not his right foot, his left foot. He didn't pull back with his left foot and pull out of range. See right here, when Tim attacked, the left foot didn't move. See that? He turned his torso, and that allowed Tim to stay close enough to him to hit him with that left hook.
Is that lazy footwork or distracted footwork?
Well, it's lazy footwork.
Something you might do when you think you're totally in control of the fight.
That's exactly right, and you're not worried anymore.
Jim, you said he needed something dramatic to change the fight. He got it. Is it enough? Can he follow up on it, Tim Bradley?
More rounds to go. Bradley chasing another big moment.
Teddy wanted him to go after him. Just then was screaming, get him from the corner, and Bradley went after him.
Teddy wants him to build off of that last round momentum. And you can't do that by waiting on Pacquiao because he's going to catch you sooner or later if you wait on him.
to rally in the fight.
Yeah, the difference in the last three-quarters of a round, and the last round till now, maybe from the rest of the fight, is in those exchanges, Bradley seems to be getting the better of it and landing the heavier leather.
In the last two rounds, Bradley's greatest chance here may come from the fact that Pacquiao still has that champion's instinct to want to answer back every time Bradley does something good. He's creating openings for Bradley by mounting his offense. And now Pacquiao back with the momentum as he backs Bradley up and lands a left hand over the top.
Now, he may have one of the quickest 1-2s in the business, Jim. An effective 1-2.
That's a hard left hand by Pacquiao.
That hurt Bradley.
Yeah, that's good.
For the second, for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Tremendous moment for Manny Pacquiao. He wasn't able to knock Tim Bradley down in either of their first two fights, but he's knocked him down twice here. At that time, it was with a thunderous left-hand shot.
That is the danger with getting more offensive with Pacquiao.
That's exactly right.
Quicker fighter with the bigger punch.
And he's not a good counter-puncher. When he's on, he's a great counter-puncher.
Yep.
And now they're chanting Pacquiao, Pacquiao. Fluidly to knock Bradley down. Tremendous athletic move by Manny Pacquiao.
This left hook, the 6-inch left hook that knocked him down.
And you see a lot of discouragement on Tim Bradley's face now.
And as we come to the 10th round, the action in the last round makes the scorecard probably considerably more forbidding for Tim Bradley. Harold, how do you have it?
Okay, so I got it 7 rounds to 2, 88, 81, Manny Pacquiao. You got to give him an extra point in round 7 and 9 for the 2 knockdowns. You know, knocked out in each round. Those are 2 10-8 rounds, which is what's building Manny Pacquiao's score way up, you know. He's got a heck of a lead on a scorecard. I mean, the way I figure it, he's got at least a 7-point lead. Me as a man, Manny Pacquiao still backing him up, still controlling the fight. Judges love aggressive, you know, effective aggressors, guys that move forward, that control the fight, and that's what Manny does the entire fight. Goes forward, lands hard shots. 6 rounds to 2, 7 rounds to 2, Pacquiao.
Good body shot by Pacquiao.
So the evidence shows Manny Pacquiao must have taken the rubber match talk seriously. He has committed to this fight. He has put in the work, despite all the distractions in his life. Senate campaign, shoulder surgery, loss to Mayweather, considerable criticism for his public statements. The focus was still there to give him the chance to come in here and knock Tim Bradley to the canvas twice, en route to what is now a likely victory in the 3rd fight between the two of them. Amazing.
He's very focused, very poised. And I think he took it to heart that Tim had Teddy Atlas, because he knows that Teddy Atlas is going to make Tim go to another level. Therefore, he took himself to another level.
14,665 spectators in the arena for well. How could it be the last fight?
No way.
And everybody here is going to want to see him again.
Well, Freddie Roach on our Under the Lights show says after this fight, which he anticipated would be a win, of course, he'd like to see Manny fight Canelo and then Floyd again.
Oh my gosh. Straight left hand for Pacquiao. Straight left hand for Pacquiao.
Now, I don't know how much better Tim can be fighting. It's just, it's not enough.
This has been very good, Tim Bradley. It's been great, Manny Pacquiao.
6 minutes of your bed box. Can you do that for me? I don't
6 minutes. Look at me. Look me in the eyes. I'm still proud of you. Give me 6 minutes of your best. Fake that aggression with the right hand coming off the side. Don't give him an easy mark where you're walking in. You understand? And you're moving your feet a little too much in front of him where he can time you with that right hook. Be set, but don't just move. Control range. All right? You hear me? He's making that head movement from too far away. Now we got to start to pot shot him more. He's making that head movement. Get off your shots. But get off fast. And get out there.
Bradley has decided it's 6 minutes she doesn't want to see.
There was a great light heavyweight once upon a time named Harold Johnson who couldn't win the championship because Archie Moore was in the division at the time. And as good as Harold Johnson was, that's how great Archie Moore was. And he couldn't get past Archie Moore. And it looks like Manny Pacquiao is Tim Bradley's Archie Moore.
Tim Bradley very much wanted to become the #1 welterweight in the world tonight. And he came in fired up, ready to produce a great performance. Manny Pacquiao has answered that in every way imaginable.
Yes, he did, Jim. He upped his game. He showed people why he is who he is.
Well, let's see if he can give Teddy Atlas, if Bradley can give Teddy Atlas 6 minutes of his best. Even while he's a little bit crestfallen.
You can see why Teddy's proud of Tim Bradley. He's, you know, it's better he can box.
Kept his composure. Only lost focus maybe 1 or 2 times.
What Floyd says when he means that he made it look easy. He's one of the greatest fighters ever. It wasn't easy.
Never easy against a guy like Manny Pacquiao. Because you never can tell what he's going to do.
Maybe because Pacquiao, too, is one of the greatest fighters ever.
Yep. Without a doubt.
Monica Bradley, recognizing that the camera was following her out of the arena, made a decision to turn around and come back. So she's back in her seat. Imagine the satisfaction with which Floyd Mayweather watches this tonight and says to himself and others around him, I beat that guy. I dominated that guy. That's how good I am. It's quite a statement.
It is. Even at this stage of Pacquiao's career.
To this point in the fight by CompuBox count, throwing 123 more punches than Timothy Bradley.
Sharp 1-2s from Bradley.
Good round like Teddy asked for.
Yep. I think that's good advice in the corner. Bradley's not a puncher. Just box your game plan. If something unexpectedly good happens, you follow up. But in the meantime, you put 2 rounds in the bank and see what happens.
Yep.
Probably the last thing Bradley expected.
Now Teddy wants Tim Bradley to try to set Pacquiao up for a knockout right hand. I guess he saw enough in that 11th boy that made him think he's kind of settled things down in there. And maybe in the last round, it's his only shot anyway.
Yeah, it's the only thing he can do. Max says his only chance is to knock him out. He knows that at this point. With 2 knockdowns, that puts you way behind on the scorecard. So the only chance you have is to try to set him up and knock him out.
And he asked Bradley to go down with the right hand and then come up, right?
Yeah, go down with the right hand to hopefully make him reach down, then come up top with you.
Good. And okay. Manny Pacquiao says that Bradley hit him low.
That was a good right hand by Bradley.
From here, regardless of the result of the fight, Manny Pacquiao will happened against Floyd Mayweather 11 months ago. This has been a spirited performance all the way for Pacquiao, and he built it from round to round. First few rounds were tentative, feeling each other out, and then Pacquiao began to throw thunderous counters and land his straight left hand and his right hook. And eventually he got what seemed to be a fortunate knockdown of Bradley. And a couple rounds after that, he got the real one. And the real one probably ended the Pacquiao division. Brought to Manny Pacquiao one of the glorious wins of his career.
Completing a total of 36 rounds between these two legendary fighters. Once again, we go to the scorecard to determine a winner. All three judges turned in identical scorecards of 116 to 110. For the winner, by way of unanimous decision, and now the WBO International Welterweight Champion from the Philippines,